Hi, my name is Haley Arias, and I am a graduating senior of the class of 2021. My future plans are to attend Stetson, majoring in political science, and eventually going into criminal law.
Hi, my name is Amy. I am in sixth grade. I attend MBES, and my future goal is to be a vet and work with animals. Hi, my name is Isabella Wingfield. I am in fifth grade at MBES. My future goal is to become an astronomer.
My name is Tarsha Givens. I would say, a servant, a mom, entrepreneur or mompreneur. Um, I'm a wife of 20, almost 26 years. I have 5 children. Their ages are 16, 10, well, 16, 14, 10, 7, and I have a 3-year-old who will be 4 in August.
Can you tell me a little bit about the history involvement with wedding and event planning?
Well, I just recently, let's see here, back in 2002 for myself, I started a business. It was Tarsha's Wedding Event Planning Services, and I didn't have any children at the time, but it was something that I've always done probably ever since I've been a teenager, just helping with parties, planning events for my family and friends. And I decided, hey, leaving the financial industry at the time, I was like, I want to do something for me and something that I enjoyed. So I decided to start an event planning business, and I did it up until I had my second child, which she's 14 years old now. But when I was pregnant with her, I decided, well, I'm going to be busy taking care of my husband and my 2 children. So I decided to sell all my wedding equipment and everything that I had accumulated. And I decided, I was going to have to put that on the shelf for a little while until I could, get my kids raised up and older. And so when I was pregnant with my fourth child, she's 7 years old now, I said, when I have this baby, I'm going to do something, start my business back up. So after giving birth to her, I actually started my business back up, Tarsha's Wedding Event Planning. And that was in 2007. Yeah, 2007. No, actually, it was in 2000. She was born in 2013. So shortly after I had her, 2014 is when I got started with the business again. And I've been going, I work my business around my family schedule. So I schedule my appointments and different events and things of that nature. I schedule those on my calendar based on what we're doing as a family. And fortunately, due to COVID, I haven't done a whole lot the past year or two, but I'm starting to, get back to work.
When you were younger, did you dream of pursuing a career in business education?
Well, I've always wanted to have my own business. I can remember when I was in kindergarten, I wanted to be a veterinarian until I found out all the different things that they do. I've always loved animals. But as far as the business side of it, I've always wanted to have my own business. As I got older, my parents both worked shift work at the local mill. And I knew that I wanted to have a business of my own to where I could create my own schedule centered around my family's schedule. So that way I wouldn't miss out on holidays. I wouldn't miss out on my kids' birthdays or any of those important milestones in their lives. So I've always had a desire to be a business owner.
When you were younger, I know you said that you wanted to be a veterinarian, but was there any other dreams you wanted to pursue?
Let's see here. I think vet was definitely one. Traveling the world, those are some of the things that I still want to do now, but I'm just thinking about as a kid. I love animals. I had always had a dog growing up. So I would say as a kid, just dreaming and doing things that people, I guess, thought were impossible. I was just always a goal setter and just had ideals and challenges for myself. So for the most part, just always going after the things that were important to me or, that I wanted to pursue.
Was it hard for you to start your career as a woman?
Let's see here. I would say no. As far as event planning, I initially, when I first started, I just went ahead and got the information that I needed, registered my business, created my fictitious name, did that through the state. A lot of the stuff can be done online now. So as far as my gender, I don't think that prevented me, not in this present day and time of, starting my own business. There's so many opportunities out there for us, for women.
What are the proudest moments of your career?
Let's see. I would have to say whenever I'm doing like an event for a family and they're, overjoyed or brought to tears because maybe the setup or the decoration was, way beyond what they had expected. And that's always been my goal and my dream whenever I do events. It's not just about the event. It's really to touch the heart of the family and all of those that are involved to leave some type of impression. So I always try to have a spirit of excellence whenever I'm servicing my clients. And also just to me, it's an honor to be invited or to be a part of such an important event in their life. So just for them to think about me in that sense, I always want to go over and beyond meeting their expectations.
What has been your favorite wedding planning experience?
Ooh, my favorite wedding planning experience. Let's see here. I guess I like challenges. One event that I did, it was a wedding a few years back. The wedding was over 200 people. So it was the largest wedding I had actually done, did in my career. And we had to do a little bit of a room transformation between the wedding ceremony because it was held in the same location. And we had to do a little bit of transitioning for the reception. So we were able to be creative, and the bride, of course, had some great ideas. So we were able to host like a cocktail hour and entertainment outside for the guests while we transitioned the stage in the room where the ceremony was held initially on stage. And then we were able to transform that portion into more like the backdrop for the reception and the bridal party. So that was pretty challenging. It was fun and it was successful.
What exactly do you do as a wedding planner besides the obvious?
Wedding planning involves a lot of tasks. It's a lot of like detailed information. It's a lot of networking and communication. Communication skills are very important because basically you're sitting down with the couple and you're getting their vision of their big day. And so my goal as a wedding planner is to listen and to find out ways to make their vision come to life. So sitting down and just, hearing their thoughts, their ideals, and coming up with ideals and ways to make those things come together as far as they may have a cake design or flavor or something of that nature that they will like to have on their special day. And my job is to go out and find that special cake provider, cake decorator that can make that happen. That's within their budget, and that is exactly what they're looking for as far as the style, the taste, the overall presentation. So basically, I'm the person in the middle. There's so many parts of wedding planning, like you can do partial planning, full planning, or some people just need, assistance throughout. Some people plan their own weddings, but they need someone like the day of to bring it all together. And so it depends on what the couple or the bride and groom needs. And I can pretty much provide any service except catering. I'm not licensed to cater, but I can pretty much get them in contact with the right person or, create that vendor relationship where I can reach out to if they need a DJ, if they need lighting or any type of special services. I'm the person that helps bring all that together.
What are some of the worst wedding planning experiences?
I haven't had a whole lot of bad experiences, but unfortunately, it comes with the territory. The worst, I guess, I can think of years ago was the bride showing up like almost 2 hours late for her own wedding. Yeah, like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, just your guests waiting, and you're just, I don't know what you're doing, but That was years ago, but I haven't had anything like that happen in a long time. So that probably been back in the early 2000s.
So how do you keep up with all of the dates for like the weddings? And have you ever had like where one date coincided with the other?
Well, what I do is I never take on more than what I can chew because my first priority is, of course, my husband and children and my family. So I make sure that it's a date that, works out for our schedule. And then I commit, once I contract with the client, I commit, we set up appointments and times that we'll get together, whether it's through a call or face to face. But I always make sure I, follow up and do everything that's on my end, if not even more, to make sure my clients are satisfied. So I never overbook. I only take one wedding, per day, and as far as smaller events, like I've had two baby showers in one day. So I can do things like that if I, when I have a team of people that I can depend on to maybe set up this event while I take care of the other event. But for the most part, I never overbook or take on too many events in one day.
What was your hardest challenge when planning a wedding?
Hardest challenge when planning a wedding. I would say for me, all my clients have been really good, but sometimes you have family members of your clients who want to overstep their bound and they want what they want and they want to sort of like take over. But my loyalty is to my clients. So sometimes you have to, in a nice professional way, let other people know that basically I work for the bride and the groom. And of course, their comments or suggestions are welcome, but ultimately my task and my duty is to make sure that the bride and the groom's day is a success based on their vision.
Have you ever turned down a customer and why?
What I normally do is I offer a consultation, a free consultation where I'll sit down with the couple just to find out more about what they want. And if it's not a good fit, or if let's say if they're wanting more than what they can actually afford or budget for, then I may, that could be a reason. Sometimes we have people may want more than what they can actually afford, and I personally don't like to, sell false hope. So if they want this particular service and it's not within their budget, then I'm honest and realistic and let them know that this costs, X amount of dollars. And, if it doesn't fit in your budget, then I wouldn't want to promise any empty, make any empty promises. So, yeah.
Do you have to hire people to help you or do you do this by yourself?
Well, I do have people that volunteer and help me because I am a small business. I have my family and I have relatives and friends that step up and help me. And so that's been a really plus. But as my business grow, I would love to have a team of event planners, designers, where I can give different tasks for each person to pretty much lead in that area. Eventually, I would love to move in that direction where I could actually have a hired team. But most of the people that work with me are either volunteers or, they volunteer their time.
Is there any last minute planning requests you had?
Yes, I've had, in the past, I've had someone, last minute want maybe a song request that should have been on their their sound music list. And I've had people maybe request additional people to show up as guests for the event and try to make accommodations if it's possible. So yes, I have had last minute requests.
What kind of training or education did you have to get into your job?
Well, I do have a bachelor's degree in business administration from the University of North Florida. So I have a degree in business management, and I also have a double major in marketing. I'm also going through ABC, which is the Association of Bridal Consultants. I am a member of the organization, and they provide coursework and training for wedding and event planners and also for vendors.
So how did you get the money to start your wedding planning business?
Well, I start my wedding business by I pay as I go. Everything that I have, I own straight out. When I started back doing my events, I would work with my clients to make sure I had, enough to buy what I needed to successfully set up for the event. And I just started reinvesting back into my business by buying inventory or whatever it is I needed. And I just, I paid as I went. I didn't charge things on a credit card or anything like that. So everything that I have is paid for free and clear.
What advice would you give to someone new to your field of work?
I would just recommend you can always try volunteering your time for an event planner and just learning the ropes. That's a good way of getting training. And that's something that, like I said, I've done this for a long time now, just helping family and friends with events. So it helps you get your feet wet and then you find out if you really enjoy doing this or if you love doing this. Because I feel like if you love something, you'll basically do it for free. And this is something that I really enjoy and love. And it's an outlet for me because I'm a very creative person. I have to have my creative outlet. So this gives me an opportunity to do something I love and to be creative.
Do you currently have a mentor?
Let's see here. I've always tried to reach out and get a mentor. And, a lot of times businesses or people are busy. But I currently would say I don't have a mentor, but I read up and I reach out to people. I ask for advice. So off and on, I've, reached out to other event planners or designers and gotten information from them. So I would say, yes, I could reach out to people according to their schedule. And some people make time, based on their schedule to give you some heads up or information. So I always reach out to people in this industry. And a lot of people are very friendly and open. Some people are not. So, but for the most part, it's been really good being able to reach out to people who are more experienced and that's willing to lend a helping hand by giving advice.
Have you drawn professional inspiration from other women? And if you have, tell us about someone who has inspired you throughout your career.
I would say some of the ladies from the conference and some ladies that I've seen feature locally. Well, I would say like out of Jacksonville, I know some designers up there and they are doing an awesome job. They have a big market and going to the conference, I went to my conference with ABC for the first time. We were actually in the Bahamas, and there were women from all over the nation, and even some, I want to say, internationally that came and shared. We had a platform of speakers, and they all shared and gave advice and information. So to me, being a part of this organization has been very beneficial. And I really enjoy, and we get like a magazine every, I want to say every month, every quarter, but they're constantly keeping us in the know of what's going on in this industry.
Thank you for letting us interview you. And
Okay. Well, thank you, young ladies. It's nice to see you all working. And I hope and pray that you reach your goals and just keep striving and working hard, and you will get there.